Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance. We are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. On play action, Lawrence. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single-covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Touchdown! Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point safely through. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Cohen. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. And just shutting him off there. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Wilder. And he will find his man on the outside. So they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Going deep for Hopkins. And this one is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Wilder. Flushed out right. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
Second and 8.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Pushes him over. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for Cleveland.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Lawrence. And the catch made by Hopkins. That catch good for only a couple.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 36, Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
But to throw again is Lawrence. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Travis Etienne, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point up and through. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
The punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
And to give this time to the tailback. Into the secondary, past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Looking to throw. Wilder. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harper.
Complete to number 15. It's a gain of 11. Now 3rd and 10.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Wilder. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
From the gun, Wilder. And incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Harper. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for...
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is down to 4. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time for Cleveland.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And what was amazing to me was the fact he was able to get as much on the ball as he did because he was on the run. Normally, when you're on the move like that, you don't expect the ball to go that far. You would think you need your lower body to be involved. That was an all-arm throw.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
On the slant, complete to Hopkins.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And they'll run with Etienne.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Travis Etienne.
His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And he will slide to a halt at the end of that one.
These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Hands it off out of the gun.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, Wilder. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff off looking right. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Target, 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 target. 19 sight.
Looking to throw. Wilder. Just keeping the play alive. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Lawrence to throw. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make?
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he was able to get in there and make a great play.
And if you want the final metric on his top speed, and trust me, you do, Next Gen Stats says he hit 22.4 miles an hour. Here's 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
2nd down and goal. Lawrence eluding the pressure right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come up and downfield, but they never did.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Lawrence.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz.
His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Throwing on 1st down. Wilder. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Anthony Schwartz.
his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. The extra point up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, D.
Back to throw. Wilder. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On second down, Etienne once more.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Travis Etienne scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Wilder. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. Fights off the defender, and he'll be brought down right around the 37.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Wilder. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Third quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check. Fresno.
You're out.
Watch twist.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Patrick Queen on the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up
60 outlaw.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Come on, D. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. Here we go. 56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilder. He's going to air one out. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Look at me. Go. Snap.
ETN once more. Got some room at the 30. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Kill. You draw horses. Snipe.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. Nifty move. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 44, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Browns. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll start on the ground. ETN. First down and more. ETN. 74 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they'll run here with ETN. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Hey, Wahoo! Opposite. Hey, orbit. Hey, two. Hit.
On 2nd down, a run with ETN. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy. Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A shotgun snap, and again to ETN. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Running the sweep with McLaurin. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. One more time with Etienne. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Look at me. Go.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They'll try to run with Etienne. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. This is a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad as mid.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.